There are various times during point-and-click adventure games, especially when playing through for the first time, that you kind of get stuck, and you have two options. Either click absolutely everything in the hope that something will happen, or go through a walkthrough. Now, since this is Let's Blindly Play a request, I can't use the walkthrough option, so I had to click absolutely everything until I found this. Well, what do you know? It opens. Or since it overlooks the backyard, this doesn't help me much. But yes, progress. What are you doing, Mr. Trophy? Just popping out for some fresh air. Why don't you wait for me in the library? Oh, okay. So yes, this window does open. And since we know the next door was locked from the inside, that's where I guess we got to go. Unfortunately, the tree appears to be in the way, so I think I now realise why we need two people. Because that saw, I don't think will work for one. So, progress. And we like progress. One thing we do like. So, Mr. Jim, sir? You want to tag along with me? Sure. Of course. So, let us move downstairs. Yep, down we go. This way. Down this way. Past the increasingly aging portrait. Oh, no, no, no. Don't want to go in there just yet. Yeah, but this room is very weird. Right, so, inventory. Let's just use a saw on the tree. Not a one-man job. There we go. Jim, give me a hand with this. Rumble. And the tree falls in a very odd angle. Still, that's no longer blocking us. So now we should be able to get to that other window. Why did we cut down the tree, Mr. Trophy? Not exactly sure. I just know it makes me feel better. Where did the tree go? Oh well. Onwards! But we have things to find, and the last room in the house, well, possibly the last room in the house, actually, to be explored. Certainly according to the map we found, I think that's the only one that's, actually, they did say there was something odd about the map that didn't seem right. Not sure what to do with myself. Well, nope, wrong door. Gotta go this way. Locked. Right, out we go. And I've just noticed the FedEx van outside, so I'm going to pause the video here 2 moments. Okay, let us continue. So, we want to get to that window. Now, is that ledge actually going to be... if there's a ledge? I know what we do here. We use the Grolly. Loose tile, and thus we're across. Well, let's hope this actually does open. And just to be sure we use the lockpicks. That doesn't work. So either we don't need to use the lockpicks, or it just doesn't work. Open the window. Okay. We know whose room this is then. Let's open the wardrobe. Nothing in there. Easel? They don't paint. And why the hell not? Fair enough. Something in here with this old diary. No, burn the books. Why don't you ever listen to me about burning the books? Oh dear. Let's look at the diary. Nope. Look. Diary. Secret diary of Matthew DeFoe. My 8th birthday. Nanny said I would soon be a big strong man like my father. I wanted to see him today, but he wouldn't come out to study all day. Nanny says he always gets cross on this day. But it's not because of me. August 5th, 1817. I made a new friend. He's behind the door in the kitchen and doesn't have a name. He likes me to sit and talk to him, but Father gets very angry when he finds me doing this. There was another person in the house? Or... I asked Father who the boy behind the door was, but he told me there was no boy behind the door and it was just a silly fantasy. I showed Father the painting I just finished. He said it was quite good, which is the best thing he ever said. While he wasn't in a good mood, I asked if I could go and look behind the door in the kitchen. He pretended not to hear me. Yes, okay. Father has done a terrible thing. All this time I pretended there was no boy behind the door, and now this. There's blood all over the kitchen floor. I'll do what I can. Then we can be a happy family together and be happy. It's right out, except for a little ink blot just beneath the text. Oh, what has gone on in this house? Still, that door is now opened. What has gone on in this house? Down we go, Mr. Trilby. So somebody was locked up there. I thought it was actually Matthew DeFoe, but this... Is there anything clickable in here? Nothing seems to be, apart from the chains. I don't really want to use those. So something else I haven't done. I wonder. I may need it. Okay. It's real Victorian era stuff to bear. Alright, what do we... get out of that. Why do we need the bear? I'm now just randomly looking around the house because I'm not actually 100% sure. What do we do from here? Nothing seems to have changed. I'm missing something, so this might have to be another split in a moment. Either that or it's the old click everything, try everything with everything trick, so give me a couple of moments. Okay, we return, and I believe I found History of the DeFoe lineage. That's how I read up on the DeFoe family. That's probably a good thing, so, oops, there we go. Right, so, let's look at the History of the DeFoe family, volume 7. Roderick DeFoe, later Sir Roderick DeFoe, is probably the most famous of the lineage. Using a lot of his inheritance he attained when his parents died suddenly, he embarked on a series of adventures throughout the globe, earning quite a reputation as a colonial explorer. He retired from adventuring at the age of 40 when he met his future bride, Helena Rothman, and fell instantly in love. He built a luxury manor in the English countryside, and the couple moved in as soon as work was complete. By all accounts, the couple were deliriously happy, which is what made Belena's sudden death while giving birth to their only son Matthew all the more tragic. So Roderick was in mourning for a long time, leaving the upbringing of Matthew in the hands of numerous nannies and tutors. When he finally did start taking an interest in his son, he was soon to be bitterly disappointed as his son rejected the idea of joining the army, preferring to pursue art and literature. As Matthew neared the age of 15, however, he and his father seemed to grow closer. They didn't always see eye to eye, but they seemed to understand each other and offer unconditional love. And then on Matthew's 15th birthday, he and Roderick disappeared. Some found bloodstains in one of the rooms, but no bodies were found. The fate of Sir Roderick and his wayward son remains a mystery to this day, the first of many mysterious disappearances related to the DeFoe line and the family house. I've read enough to have some idea of what's going on here. If there is a ghost in this place, there must be some connection to the disappearance of Sir Roderick and Matthew DeFoe. Was Matthew schizophrenic or something? Did Sir Roderick kill him and disappear to avoid the law? It's odd neither of their bodies were found. If I can find Matthew's body, perhaps I can get to the bottom of this. Maybe there's a book on something in the library that could help me. Yeah, potentially. Photo albums. There's simple white magic here. It's come up with a different line because I did go and examine that. That white magic book didn't come up before. Well, that's going to do with a laugh. No, look. Book on white magic. Finding a person from their possession. Tie a possession in question to a stick and dip it in the salt. Next, wave it over the place where the subject sleeps. Hold it in front of you. The object should now indicate in which direction the owner lies. Okay. Use cord on stick. Yep. Cord and stick on Teddy. Excellent. We have a divining rod of madness. So I'm fairly sure I know where the bodies have got to be. They've got to be in the although they're not there, so they might be buried or something. But you'd think they're in the hidden room over there. That's what you think, certainly. Use bear and stick on salt. Right. Use. On door. Doesn't work. Right. How do I use this? Oh, I've got to hover it over the place he sleeps. Ugh. Remember, when casting magic rituals, do not do things in the wrong order, otherwise things tend to go disastrously wrong. Right. So use teddy bear and stick over the bed. Yes, that'll do. It's not telling me anything. Look, nope. I'll just now indicate in which direction the owner lies. Alright, look, there. Needs to be indicating downwards. Okay. Come on. There we go. So down here. Look. There. To the left. Yeah, I figured it would be this way. In fact, I'm just going to go straight to where I think it is. Seems to be indicating to the southeast. Up here? Are we getting exact, or is it in a different room? To the northeast. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely getting us exact. East. Let's use it now. South. Straight down. Okay, digging tools. We do have digging tools, right? Matthew DeFoe, I presume. Is Sir Roderick keeping down here? No, he can't have done. There'd be a mention of it in one of the books I read. So, hold on. I don't think that's Matthew's hand. Another corpse down here. Looks like the body of a much older man. Now I have a feeling this is Sir Roderick. Judging by the ribs, he was killed by a large stabbing weapon. But by whom? What's that? Sounds like he came from the other side of the house. Okay, something has happened. Yeah, you're not at all interested in the smash, are you? Well, I'd argue, but let's find out what's going on. Is it going to be the idol? You know it was. Horribly ugly little wooden idol. Hang on. What are these stains? DeFoe. Father, why? Oh God, my head. What? What the hell happened last night? Remember? Oh God, Philip. Did I kill Philip? I don't remember anything. Last thing I remember is putting my hand on that idol. I'm gonna warn the others. Oh dear. Well, next time, day 4. Until then.